Hi friends and friendly subscribers, welcome back to my channel. This is Inner Hill Tarot, and today we're going to do energy pairing between the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight that recently I did a full silent flip through of from Los Caradio. Together with Deviant Moon by Patrick Valenza. And yeah, this is like also a very revolutionized way to see an archetype. Patrick Valenza, he did a very good job with this deck because there's so many hidden meaning in the deck as well, and it looks it's look kind of eerie sometimes to see this deck and work with it, and most of the time I only use it around dark moon period, which is today, because otherwise it's yeah, it's, I think that's the energy that it's being given to us using this deck. And yeah, basically it's energy of the dark moon. And together with the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight, I want to see what is hidden in this energy together, you know, because the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight is about and seeing the archetype from the part of abandoned emotion, as a abandoned emotion of the inner child within us and within the universe. So I feel that it's appropriate to have them in the energy pairing for the dark moon night, which is today, you know. So yeah, and if you like my channel and you keep coming back and not yet subscribe, pam pararam pam pam, this is the time to subscribe to my channel, share and like this video or many videos. I now have 500 videos and shorts together, so you can share any of them if you find them helpful for your journey, for your tarot journey. Okay, so let's start the silent flip through. Let's see what we can see in this dark moon night. Enjoy. Okay guys, we just finished the energy pairing between the Tarot of Sweet Twilight and the Deviant Moon Tarot to welcome this dark moon night. We're finishing the month of Aquarius, but not yet reaching into the Pisces, although today the sun is in Pisces. Okay, so what do I feel when I do this both deck together? I felt that a lot of the images that I see, like Patrick Valencia deck, it's kind of a distorted version of a regular, like let's say regular Rider-Waite-Smith tarot archetype way of seeing things. Okay, so it's a lot of the things that depicted here are bizarre and quite gothic, even though it's also still very beautiful. But the one that in the Sweet Twilight Tarot, it's a lot of it is really depicting the difficulties of letting go trauma as a childhood memory traumas. So why would I say that? So for example, let's say this card. Okay, let's say about this card. So basically my argument is, if we see both the Ten of Cups, for example, the one that from Patrick Valencia is very you know, in line with Rider-Waite-Smith's feeling, even though it's a little bit banged up family, right? And also it's not necessarily all organic children, for example. And look at this Ten of Cups, you know, it's all have like the dark moon in all of the faces. It's very today, actually, is how to embrace the darkness, the unknowingness inside of us, and feel fulfilled still, right? And you know, this family, it's not all organic family. It's half robotic, basically. So fun. But if we go to the Sweet Twilight Tarot, in this Sweet Twilight Tarot, you can see that these two people probably finishing drinking for a while, and instead of like in the blissfulness, it feels like in blissfulness, but in a different way. It's more like in a drunk way, you know. It's kind of like the fulfillment of yeah, it feels like a fulfillment, but it's a bit of escapism also in this image that I see. But nevertheless, it feels like fulfillment. And this one is also kind of a little bit stronger because there is no children between them. And to me, it's depicting the emotional level, you know, the inner child, to embracing the uncertainty within them, you know, with the dude with the heart, the hand on the heart, and this together, it felt like it felt like a emotional release, right? It's different from this, you know, the child that probably the Page of Wands, that is just mischievous and quite happy in himself. This is more, the Sweet Twilight is more like kind of like a release of if I may say, it's a bit like getting high kind of thing. But nevertheless, both are Ten of Cups, right? It's very interesting. And what I see also from these two decks is this, you know, the Four of Cup card. Let's say, like both of them are very, very similar. So in this case, you see, it's like putting down, letting go of the final cup. Well, not necessarily, actually, sorry. So this one is actually letting go of the final cup, and this one is fetching in, but both of their demeanor are very, very similar. It's like it's kind of a bit of a despair. Like this person has a despair, and the boat is like missing opportunities or something. And this fairy also has the same feeling, and she's also kind of bounded in her emotion, therefore she cannot fly and miss her flight as well. That's what I feel. It's beautiful card. Both of them beautiful depiction. And also what I want to talk about, oh yeah, this is another one that I realize. This is kind of breaking my heart a little bit, this two card of Eight of Wands. Most of the time, Eight of Wands in Rider-Waite-Smith is depicted as very fast-moving energy and just go, you know, like unstoppable. I think it's a Sagittarius, Jupiter in Sagittarius or something, if I'm not wrong. I'm probably wrong. I'm not really immersed yet in this astrological sign of the tarot, actually. So don't quote me, but it feels like but I think it's really Sagittarius energy, which is like should be very fast and moving. And both of this card, it's so static, the wands, you know. There is the heaviness. Look at this, from like she wants to even chop it off. There is no movement at all, except for some bird telling her a news or something like that. And within this one, she's not even bother, you know, she's not even bother of the idea of moving. It's both of this card to me depicting the idea of a slight depression, kind of feeling of don't want to move, you know, can't even move kind of thing. It's like waking up in the morning is a bit hard, and yeah, just to function normally it's a bit hard, you know, despite there is so many butterflies in here. As yeah, the butterflies can feel like kind of like what I'm reading here is kind of a feeling of a false transformation. It's all in the head kind of feel. And also with the birds, it's the same. It's like the mind is kind of split up, you know. Part of it is like, come on, let's go, we have a time to go now. But part of the mind is like, I'm really depressed, I really don't want to go anywhere today, you know. So it's very beautiful depiction to me of the archetype. Yeah, it's very beautiful. And yeah, also this card, it's really beautiful as well. Look at this card of the Six of Wands. It's basically exactly the same kind of feeling, you know, like the way this fairy wearing red and this Jack in the Box also wearing red. It felt like it's like a thwarted victory, you know. So the victory is not real, it's thwarted, it's kind of enclosed in the box kind of feel. It's also, this one is also enclosed in the box. So even though he looks glorious, but it's not like this one looks more glorious than this one, because it's probably this Five Wands is hailing him or her, this figure. But this one is like it's also, again, it's the feeling that you cannot enjoy your victory kind of feeling, you know. It's a thwarted sense of joy. I don't know how to say it correctly. It's very interesting. And also the way that it's enclosed, and this is also enclosed with red. It's like thwarted passion or something like that. It's kind of like a passion that has to be contained somehow. It's yeah, when I see it, read it together, that's the feeling that I get. It's very interesting feeling, and very interesting that it looks quite similar as well. The one that I noticed in the major arcana is let's check it out. Oh, before going there, yes, there's the major arcana card that I would like to talk about, which is the star card. And it's very also interesting because both of them looks blue, you know, and especially this person is like blue, and then she's wearing the big stars, and she's giving away the seven sister. So she's a being from Sirius, you know. I'm also like feeling the same thing about this being, which is like being from Sirius as well, and it's exactly the same feeling, you know, the same card. Yeah, it's very special. So what else do we want to, oh, do we still have the time? Yes. The Tower card as well, very interesting. Look at the depiction of this Tower card, you know. These two beings looks like looking at from the tree of this tower moment, right? It's very interesting depiction of the tower, and very connective with between each other actually. It's like first it's this is happen, and then this happen. Oh, the tower. It's quite similar. And the last card that I want to talk about, oh, both also very connected to Thoth deck, because both is using number 11 for strength instead of 8. So it's also very interesting similarities between the two of them. So the one that that I want to talk about is the Wheel of Fortune. The last one is it's very interesting because the depiction of the heartbreak, it's exactly the same, you know. They're just in this deck, both are just waiting when the next heartbreak to happen again, you know. At least for this one, there's still rainbow and and star, and also the sun. Even though there's a lot of it, it's a kind of a hurtful cycle. But this one is a cycle of torture, you know, death, and then like a physical abuse, and then heartbreak. It's there's never ending cycle in hell. That's why probably there's this guy, the devil, also on top instead of the sphinx, I think it should be. There's some being actually. So yeah, it's, I think it's a very beautiful two decks to work with, especially in this kind of time, the dark moon nights. And yeah, it's also just to see our shadow, you know, to keep our shadow, our unconscious and subconscious in check, where they are at this moment. Especially this Pisces new moon is quite special because Saturn will be in Pisces, which means that to end old karma and to clean it up, you know. So there's a lot of energy in working right now. So I hope you guys can use both of this energy of the dreaming of the Pisces and the clearing out old karma from Saturn that's going to be with it in the Pisces house at this time. Okay, thank you so much guys for your time. Again, if you find this video is helpful, please do subscribe, share and comments in this video. Let me know how your new moon works. I will do 1 minute meditation soon. So yeah, see you again in a different video. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much again guys, and see you in the next video. Okay, bye.